Hi, this is Dustin Peslin with Hope Through Prophecy. This video you are about to watch will reveal Satan's battle plans, his endgame for the final days. You will learn about the Antichrist, the mark of the beast, and the role of the United States in prophecy. This video contains the most solemn truths ever entrusted to mortal minds. I ask that you pray before watching. And please share this video far and wide so that this truth can reach the world. May the Lord guide you and bless you on your journey. The Antichrist. This very word has been the source of fascination and intrigue for thousands of years. This mysterious being will be at the center of end-time Bible prophecy and will be responsible for the mark of the beast. There's no need to guess about this video. We will go directly to exactly who the Antichrist is. Stay tuned. Numerous theories have sworn about who the Antichrist truly is. In this video, we will provide no speculation or rumors, but will now go like the Bible to identify this Antichrist power. Speaking of the apocalyptic book, Jesus Christ, which God gave him to show his servants, things must shortly take place. Blessed is he who reads, and those who hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written in it. You know that the book of Revelation is from Jesus, and a blessing is pronounced on those who listen to and obey its words. While this message about the Antichrist is a solemn warning, it is also a message of love from Jesus. He wants us to know the truth, so we can be protected and saved. Revelation 14 contains the three angels' messages, God's final warning to the world. The third angel specifically about the unnamed for the Antichrist mark. Then a third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, and worships the beast and his image, and receives his mark, shall also drink of the wine of the wrath of God. The greatest judgments in human history are prepared for those who worship this Antichrist beast and receive its mark. As you may know, it's full of symbolism. In order for us to identify the meaning of symbols, we must know itself. So according to the Bible, what does the beast represent? The fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom on the earth. The Bible reveals that a beast represents a kingdom in apocalyptic prophecy. Now brace yourself, friends. This beast or kingdom that will enforce the mark of the beast is described in Revelation 7 heads and heads of the last one's name. Consider this beast of Reen and 10 identifying characteristics that describe it in detail before we positively identify this Antichrist power. God provides multiple characteristics of these because he wants us to have no doubt of its identity. As we consider these 10 characteristics, begin to ask yourself who this power is. You students of history will most likely recognize it, for it is revealed later in this video. 1. The Antichrist rises out of the sea. Then I stood on the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast rising up out of the sea. According to the Bible, a sea represents a heavily populated area. The waters which you saw are people's multitude. So this beast's power would arise from a heavily populated area. 2. The Antichrist receives his own power and authority from the dragon. The dragon gave him his power, his throne, and great authority. This beast would receive its power, authority, and even its city or seat from the dragon. Who or what is the dragon? We know from the Bible that the dragon represents Satan. However, the Bible is actually more specific about who this dragon is in verse 2. Another sign appeared in heaven. Behold, a fiery red dragon, having 7 heads and 7 diadems on his heads. And the dragon stood before the woman who was ready to give birth, to devour her child as soon as it was born. She bore a male child who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. This passage refers to the birth of Christ and how Satan tried to destroy Christ at his birth. With power did Satan work to accomplish this? It was Herod, the king of the pagan Roman Empire, tried to destroy Jesus at his birth. So, according to Revelation, Rome would give this beast its power, throne, and capital city. Some of you may be starting to see which historical power matches these descriptions. 3. The Antichrist becomes a global power. All the world marveled and followed the beast, and authority was given him over every tribe, tongue, and nation. Clearly, this Antichrist would have global, worldwide power and influence. 4. The Antichrist is guilty of blasphemy. On his head, it's a blasphemous name, and he was given a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. Then he opened his mouth in blasphemy against to blaspheme his name and those who dwell in him. The Bible defines blasphemy in 2 ways. Claiming the power to forgive sins and claiming to be God himself. This power is guilty of both forms of blasphemy. Which organization is referring to? We soon find out. 5. The Antichrist rules for 42 prophetic months. He was given authority to continue for 42 months. In Bible prophecy, 1 prophetic day equals 1 literal year. We see this principle in Numbers 14:34 and also Ezekiel 4:6, which says, I have appointed thee each day for a year. So this Antichrist would rule for 42 prophetic months, which is 1,260 days in the Hebrew calendar, which amounts to 1,260 literal years. Interestingly, this 1,260-year reign for the Antichrist is referenced 7 times in the prophetic books of Daniel and Revelation. 6. The Antichrist receives a deadly wound that is later healed. And I saw one of his heads as if it had been mortally wounded, and his deadly wound was healed. The Bible speaks of this beast power receiving a deadly wound which would later be healed. We will shortly reveal the very thing happened to the Antichrist. 7. The Antichrist receives worship. They worship the beast. Who is like the beast? Who is able to make war with him? Clearly, power is different from other nations as it receives worship. The Antichrist would be some sort of religious political power. 8. The Antichrist persecutes God's people. It was granted to him to make war with this and to overcome them. The Antichrist would be guilty of mass bloodshed against God's very own people. In just a moment, we will pull back the curtain on the last opponent of God and his saints. 9. The Antichrist has a man as its leader, for it is the number of a man. Revelation refers to a man who represents this Antichrist power. Daniel chapter 7 describes the little horn power, which is a parallel prophecy of the Antichrist. And there, in this horn, were eyes like eyes of man, and a mouth speaking puppet words. This beast power would have a single man who serves as its representative, and will soon reveal who this is. 10. The Antichrist has the number 666. Here is wisdom. Let him who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of man. His number is 666. Notice that 666 is not the mark of the beast, but it is rather the number of a man. The mysterious defy the leader of the Antichrist power. So, who is the Antichrist? Based on these 10 characteristics. Some of you may have identified it already. There is only one organization in human history that matches all 10 of these characteristics with perfect accuracy. The Antichrist is none other than the papacy, the Roman Catholic Church-State Union. Shortly, we will see how this institution perfectly fits each of these 10 characteristics. But let us be clear, friends, there are many sincere, loving Christians in the Catholic Church who are doing the best they know. This biblical Antichrist warning is not about the people in the Catholic Church, but it's about a false system which has set itself against God.